folks, welcome to Martin's Kitchen here again up in Randallstown. Hope you are all keeping well again and staying safe. Today I've got, it's an old comforting classic. It's some people know it's Sticky Toffee Pudding. You could call it warm date sponge, but a lot of young people today, if you told them there was dates, they were eating dates, they wouldn't touch it, but it is actually dates. Couple of wee processes to this in stages. You know, there's the sauce, there's the batter, there's the cooking of the dates, you know, the warming them up, the creaming. So we'll just take you through it as we go along. First thing, I'll wash my hands again, just make sure everything's safe, and I hope all the wee videos are doing well and everybody's trying them. And again, let me know how they're going. I hope that was 20 seconds. But I say maybe not the right time of the year because it's coming into the summer, but once every so often it is a nice wee treat. So right, first thing is we'll warm up the dates, and all it is, I would say these amounts will be on the website. So that's just the dates. Make sure they're pitted, you know, no stones, you don't want any stones, and cold water. A lot of old traditional recipes would have put a tea bag in there. I personally don't think it's worth it because you won't taste the tea. It's just so much sugar in this. The dates, the cream, you know, you're not going to really taste the tea, so I wouldn't bother. Okay, and now we'll get the sauce on. So again, a good solid. This is just going to tick over nicely. So the recipes, the amounts will be on it. So double cream, some unsalted butter, some soft brown sugar. That gives it sort of a nice toffee taste. Just a spoonful of treacle. And you will love this. I mean, it's a really comforting dish. I'm just going to let that spoon sit there for a minute just to drop off. And we're just going to put that on a very, very low heat, just to tick over. Let everything dissolve, and then I'll lift the spoon out. And we'll give it a mix every so often. So that's it. So that's your toffee sauce. That's how easy that is to make. You just need to bring it to the boil. And the dates are you just want the dates to warm up. You don't need to boil them, just to warm up to soften, and then we'll liquidize them. Okay, so that's that. So just onto the batter. Basically, it's just a batter. So again, more brown sugar. That's why you won't taste the tea in the sauce. So in my opinion, it's not really worth it. So the brown sugar, the unsalted butter again. And we're just going to cream that. Start at slow speed first. So we're just going to let that cream for a wee minute, and then we're going to add the rest of the ingredients. Say eggs, self-raising flour, bicarbonate soda. So every so often we just give this a wee scrape down the side. Sorry if it's noisy, but I'm just going to turn it up. So that'll probably take about 5 minutes to cream. So in the meantime, we're just going to check these and then we'll come back to you. That's just warmed up now. So that's all you need for that. Just let that warm up. What we're just going to do now is liquidize the date and water mix. You don't want it too pure, you know. The odd wee bit of date in there is fine. And just to be careful, I actually found a date stone in it. You don't want to bite into that. And so that's that liquidized. And we'll just show you what the sauce is like now. So this is the toffee sauce. So I'll put all the quantities on the website. So just let that boil away. and that'll get darker and richer as we go on. So, right, we'll go back to the batter now. So I say this is cream now, that's the brown sugar and the butter. So now we're going to add the rest of the ingredients for it. So this here is cooled slightly. You don't want it too hot, so it's nice and cool. So just on a slow speed, we're just going to add the eggs. Just one at a time. I'm just going to add 1.5 teaspoons of bicarbonate soda to the flour. So just let the egg mix in for a few seconds. And then we're going to add a spoonful of the flour. Small bit at a time. Just until it comes together. And then a small bit of the date mix. And you want to just look in there. Starting to come in. This is just a batter. So then we'll go with another egg. You don't want to do it all at once, just a bit at a time. And you want to finish putting the flour in last. You don't want any of the wet liquids going in last. So just a bit more of the dip. And the last egg. Just actually, it is important, just give it a wee scrape down the sides so it's all blended in. You don't want big lumps of butter and things like that. So this is nearly ready. A bit more date. So this is the last of the date. Mixture going in. I've set the oven to 160 degrees. This takes about 40-45 minutes to cook. And then we need to let it cool. You could eat it straight away with the toffee sauce, but I have another wee way of serving it. Just okay. So that's the last of the dates, and then just the last of the flour. So there we go. Always keep the flour into the end. Wet ingredients, a bit of flour, but keep some flour back for the last. And you'll just look in there, it's starting to sort of come together. And just the last of the flour. That's that, we'll just let that mix very tiny go. We'll just look at the toffee sauce. You can smell the sort of sugar and all that. It's lovely. But we'll just let that boil. It'll thicken up itself. We'll just let that boil, and we'll give this one final scrape. I'll just lift this thing up. Just make sure it's all mixed, because it is important. Because you'll end up with different textures and things. So just get right into the bottom. Scrape the blade. And one more mix, and that's it. I say, if you have all the ingredients on your worktop, it doesn't take long to put together. So we're just going to turn this up for 5 seconds just at full speed. And that's it. That's your batter. Scrape it all off. Take it off and put in this. Sorry, I don't know if I've said this is just a roasting tray lined with greaseproof, and I use just the olive oil spray. So just pour it in, I say it is important to put the flour in at the end. Keep a bit of flour because it can sort of look curdled type texture. So scoop that all in. I say we're going to put this in the oven. I'm guessing no more than 45 minutes to cook it, but we'll check it after maybe 15 minutes just to make sure. And if it's colouring too quick, just put a bit of tin foil over the top of it, as long as it doesn't touch the actual stick. Okay folks, it's had about 20 minutes now in the oven, probably another 15-20 minutes. Sorry, just go to the sauce. That's the sauce, really sort of toffee, dark and sweet. Right, I'm just going to show you what this should look like at this stage. I mean, it's risen lovely, and you'll see a wobble in it. That's not far, that's 10 minutes away from being ready. You just press it, there's a wee bounce in it. So we'll give it another 10-15 minutes maximum, and then we'll come back to you. Okay, thanks folks. The sticky toffee, the cake has had 35-40 minutes in the oven, and I've just checked it there now, and it looks lovely. It really does. I'll say that recipe will make, you know, that there's 12 inches by 8 inches this here, so that'll make 12 portions. You know, yeah, 12 portions out of that. You obviously couldn't eat it straight away, but you could let it cool for 15-20 minutes. Scoop a bit out, toffee sauce, bowl of ice cream, some sweet cream just whipped up would be lovely. What we're going to do, I'm just going to show you another way of serving it and presenting it. I'm going to let that cool completely, and then we're going to cut it up and we'll serve it from there, just present it for you nicely. Okay, so we'll let this one cool and we'll come back to you. Right folks, the pudding here has cooled down, and what I'll do is I'll just lift it out. We'll just cut a wee portion and heat it up. So you see it's nice and deep. So you can cut, I mean you can get maybe 12 portions out of that, but I'll just cut one just to show how to serve it. And it's actually quite light. So there's the one portion, and this is just a quick way of serving it. Just put it in a tub. Some of your toffee sauce. Just a spoonful over the top. And that toffee sauce is just warming up there. So that just keeps it moist. And probably 40 seconds, 45 seconds in the microwave, just so it comes to the temperature. So that's coming up to temperature there. And I say what you do this here is just portion it all up. And you could freeze that, but it'll last 4 or 5 days in the fridge, and that's it. It's really, really spongy. It's cooked right through. It smells lovely. You could put ginger in it as well, would give a nice wee, or some orange zest. But that's it. So we'll dish it up here now. That's about ready now, actually. So this is it, if I can find a spoon. You see it's starting to steam there, so I say it's lovely and spongy. And that wee bit of sauce in the microwave just keeps it nice. Okay, so the toffee sauce, it's nice and warm. And just spoon it over the top. It's quite a rich toffee sauce. You need quite a bit to soak it all up. Well, just to stop the ice cream melting over the plate, just put a wee bit of, this is desiccated coconut. It just stops it sliding over the place. And some ice cream. Okay, and a hot spoon or a hot ice cream scoop. Just a nice shape. Just put that on. Always give your plate a wee wipe if you've spilled anything. And just a wee sprig of mint. And just to finish it off, just a wee dusting of icing sugar. I say it's sweet enough so it doesn't need this, but just for presentation. And that's it. Sticky toffee pudding with ice cream and toffee sauce. Very, very easy to make. And it's worth it, a wee treat. And maybe the weather's not ideal for a heavy pudding like this here, but it is light, don't get me wrong. Everybody thinks sticky toffee pudding, it's a big head, but you know, this is spongy, it's light, there's enough aeration in it to sort of lighten up a bit. So we'll give it a wee try. And if you look in there, you know, it cuts well. That's a nice sponge. And I say you could put some walnuts in it as well, which would be nice. Or ginger, as I said. Really does taste good. Not 1 calorie in that. Not one. But 1,000, but not one. So listen, give it a try. It is worth it. Sunday lunch after roast beef or something. Very, very simple to do. And when they're made, stick them in the freezer. They'll last 6 months in the freezer, or they'll last 4 or 5 days in the fridge. And it is a quick way to heat them up. Just a small tub, bit of sauce in the microwave. Okay folks, that's it. Sticky toffee pudding, toffee sauce and ice cream. You can serve it with whipped cream. We'll get another wee video up for you someday soon. Okay, thank you. Stay safe. Bye.